Spoiler alert, you've been warned. I'm a professional hater. I will hate on things just to be against something, and I think it's entertaining to go against the majority, but I don't do it just to be funny. When I see a flaw in something, I call it out, no matter how popular something is. The word mid has been used in the past year to describe something that is subpar, might I even say uninteresting or boring. Just because something's popular doesn't make it mid, but popular things tend to become mid over time. Euphoria is mid, and I'm not gonna watch the show. I will never watch the show to know how mid it is, but I know it's mid because of its popularity. I know some of you are crying and shaking right now, but chill out. Stay with me here. Today, we're gonna take a little dip outside the Shonen Jump atmosphere and talk about an anime that has captivated millions of people within quarantine. A show that is considered the best anime of all time, a story that's considered the best ever told. All three of those statements are opinions that other people have been disproven. Look at My Hero Academia, but we're not going to get into that. I've been told, you're just a hater. You're crazy. You're too stupid to understand. No, this piece of fiction isn't as good as it once was. Today, we're going to be talking about Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan came out in 2013. The series started off being animated by Wit Studio, who's also animated such hits as Vinland Saga and Great Pretender. The first season, we're introduced to the icon we know or hate or love today, Eren Yeager. Hold on, I'm about to do the voice. Eren Yeager. Nice, right? Eren Yeager, along with Mikasa Ackerman and Armin, whatever his last name is. I couldn't be bothered to look up his last name. I have no idea what it is. They join the Scouts, which is essentially like the military force that they have, and they send people out to go like survey the outer walls, but those people get killed the most. Anyway, Eren witnesses his mother being killed by a giant human-like creature, which is known as a Titan. From there, Eren decided to kill all the Titans in order to avenge his mother and make the world a better place. The main antagonist of season 1 is the female Titan, which we later find out is Annie, who's one of the fellow scouts in their group. I was gonna say tribe, but it I don't know what it is. Like their posse. I don't know, man. In season 1, there's not a lot to dislike about the show. I like how the show's animated with dark outlines and the atmosphere the show gives off. It's like really like I swear when I first started watching this anime, I was like, yo, these guys are German. But like apparently Mikas is like Asian, I think, which makes sense because she has black hair, and then I don't know, it's just a shower thought, man. But overall, I really like how the series started with season 1. And just a little like side note, I have no clue where this takes place. Like I don't know what kind of like time period this is in because like they have like swords and stuff. But I don't know, man. I was just like this isn't a part of the script. I was just thinking it as I was like listening back to it. Crazy stuff. Season 2 is where I started watching the series weekly. At the time, My Hero Academia season 2 came out. Peak fiction, peak season by the way. So the only way my friend will watch the My Hero episode is if we watched Attack on Titan as well. They came out the same day, so it wasn't too much of a bad experience. In season 2, we're introduced to the new antagonist, Zeke. He controls the Beast Titan, which is like the hairy monkey Titan. He looks really cool, and his main attack is to like throw rocks at people. And that comes in later in the series, why he does that. I'll explain it a bit later, but in season 1, we're introduced to Eren's Titan ability. He's able to turn into a Titan and control them. Reiner and Bertold, the two other Titan shifters in the show, try to capture Eren for his powers, but they end up being overpowered by him. Another solid season for Attack on Titan. What could go wrong? Now season 3. Were you expecting me to say season 3? Because you're wrong. Season 3 is where Attack on Titan hit its very, very high peak. It's a two-part season, and in my opinion, the second part is the stronger between the two. Season 3 is all about discovering the secrets of the Titans and defending against an attack from the Titan shifters, which are Zeke, Reiner, and Bertold. Wit decided to change the style of the third season just a bit, and I honestly prefer how it looks in season 3 rather than the first 2 seasons. In the climax of the battle between the Scouts and the Titans, we get stunning animations that add to the impact and attention of the season. This season has the best opening out of the entire series. And you know what I'm about to say? That's not an opinion, that's a fact. Let's put that on a shirt, guys. Come on. Now, season 4 is where the series completely goes downhill. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, Mappa. Mappa is another animation studio that has animated things like One Punch Man and Jujutsu Kaisen, upcoming series like Chainsaw Man and the Bleach Revival. I bet you can imagine how much work goes into animation and how intricate it could be, but when it's done right, it can be some of the best visual displays ever. So imagine being overwhelmed with a bunch of anime that you have to animate within a certain amount of time. You're going to have to cut corners, and a lot of things aren't going to look as good as you would think. Things start off with you set in the middle of some sort of battle with titans and some children. These people are Marlians, a nation that's outside wherever the first 3 seasons take place. This is where my first issue lies. I have no clue what's going on. They plop us down in the middle of a battlefield and expect us to know what's going on. I hated this part, and it's the first scene of the show. And besides that, it looks completely different from the first 3 seasons, which is already expected, but then, I don't know, it's just weird to actually see it, you know? I was talking to one of my friends about when the story happened chronologically and where it was within the show, and he told me that it was taking place before what happened within the 3 seasons. However, come to find out, it was after. Thank you, Jared. This just proves how confusing the start was, and it wasn't just me, it was everyone. Touching back on this again, the animation looks very different for the 4th season and changes the tone completely. It all feels very boring and unsaturated, while the previous seasons had much more interesting settings and colors that were able to be saturated while still encapsulating the feeling of pre-industrial life. We also get scenes that are extremely weird looking. They used a form of animation called rotoscoping, which is tracing over real life movements. It looks extremely janky and weird. Like, I remember when I first saw it, I was like, am I watching the right show? Like, is this, like, really what I'm watching? I know how expensive animation can be and how time consuming, and they probably wanted to get this season out as fast as possible. So, I can imagine they did cut corners, and it resulted in garbage. Fast forward a little bit, but, like, not too much, because like she's in the beginning, but we meet Gabby. She's the most hated character in the show. I might not even say in any TV series. Like, people actually like despise Gabby. Like, the actual hate this 12-year-old girl received for, spoiler alert, killing Sasha was insane. My girlfriend wished death upon this little girl. Apparently she's that bad. Anytime Gabby's on screen, I just think, hey, this little girl needs a spanking. Why is she so violent? And she's so mean to Falco. He's another character that we meet in the beginning of season 4. There's nothing really wrong with him. He just happens to be in the middle of everything. Now let's get to our main cast, Eren, Mikasa, and Armin. We first see Eren in some sort of hospital. We later find out he's undercover for the Eldians, which from my understanding, they're the people who come from like the 3 walls originally. They come and ambush the Marlians, which results in the 2 nations going to war. Eren is a loose cannon and eats the Battle Axe Titan, while the scouts from Eldia, I think that's what the place is called, try to kill the Marlian reinforcements. Now later in the season, Eren goes rogue and decides to team up with Zeke, who we find out is his half-brother. I thought Zeke's backstory was cool, and the reason why he wanted to kill everyone is because his dad screwed him up and neglected him. The reason why he throws the rocks the certain way is because like he played basketball or something with like a doctor, and he told him he had like a really good arm. But yeah, I just remember that. I was like, hey, that's pretty cool. We later see Eren make his own group to start what's called the Rumbling. This plan is Eren's way to stop war forever, except it involves genocide. Eren wants to kill everyone because he wants the cycles of titans being born and used for military power to end. But is that really noble of him? His real reason to do this is to save his friends, but why would killing everyone solve this? Like, all the mistakes that have been made in the past are already done, so nothing's gonna change that. So the plan's pretty stupid, in my opinion. My overall opinion of Aaron has changed throughout the series. He went from some loudmouth kid to a god that has only his best interests at heart, not thinking about the moral aspects of what he's doing. Mikasa will not kill Eren no matter how mean he is to her. He literally used her and told her how he used her, but she doesn't care. She'll go off and kill 10 people, but then when it comes to Eren, guys, I don't know if I can do this. I'm gonna talk to him and see if I can change him. Shut up! Come on, man, shut up! Armin is the only consistent character between the three. He's a whiny baby that won't shut up. He's so worried about killing all the victims and how his life should have been replaced with Erwin's. And you know what? He's right. Go Erwin would have had this shit over with, done, and finished. I know I kind of breezed through the plot, and there's so much more going on that I didn't cover, but you can always watch the series for yourself. My main problem with season 4 is the consistency. I dislike how disorienting season 4 felt compared to the rest of the show. I dislike most of the settings and colors used. I didn't like how Mappa did the styles for the characters. I also didn't like the pace of the show. It seems like I'm nitpicking, but this is not fun to watch anymore. With season 4 part 2 done and part 3 coming out next year, I don't look forward to seeing what's happened next. I'm just looking forward to the series finally being over. Attack on Titan is a good show, with good characters and good writing, but season 4 is what makes the series lose what made it good in the first place. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but Attack on Titan is officially declared it's mid. Also, I swear if I hear one more band kid say Eren Yeager or Sussy Baka, I'm gonna hurt myself. Please leave any opinions you have about the show in the comments. But please remember when you're typing it out, I don't care. Thank you for watching, and until next time, I still don't care.